Malala Yousafzai, the girl who stood up for education in a small valley surrounded by the mountains of Pakistan. A young girl was born with a dream that seemed simple: to go to school. Her name was Malala Yousafzai, and she would one day become the voice of millions of girls around the world. Malala grew up in Mingora, a town in the Swat Valley. Her father, Ziauddin Yousafzai, was a teacher and an education activist. He believed that education was the key to freedom, not just for boys, but for everyone. In her home, learning was celebrated. Malala loved books, loved to study, and dreamed of becoming a doctor. But when she was just a young girl, her world began to change. The Taliban, a militant group, took control of her region. They believed that girls should not go to school. They destroyed schools, banned music, and spread fear. For many families, sending their daughters to class became dangerous. But not for Malala. She refused to stay silent. She started to speak out publicly for the right to education. In 2009, when she was only 11 years old, she began writing a blog for the BBC Urdu service under a fake name. She described her daily life under Taliban rule, how she felt when her school was closed, and how much she missed learning. Her words were brave, honest, and full of hope. The world began to notice this young voice coming from Pakistan. She appeared in TV interviews, giving speeches, saying simple but powerful words. "I have the right to education. Every girl has the right to learn. But courage comes with risk." Her growing fame made her a target. On October 9, 2012, while Malala was returning home from school, a gunman stopped her school bus. He asked, "Who is Malala?" and then shot her in the head. The world froze. The news spread like wildfire. People from every country prayed for her recovery. Doctors in Pakistan worked to save her. And soon she was flown to Birmingham, England, for further treatment. For weeks she was in a coma, but Malala survived. She woke up with the same spirit she always had, stronger than before. She later said, "They thought the bullets would silence us, but they failed. The attack that was meant to silence her only made her louder." Malala continued her fight, now not just for girls in Pakistan, but for girls everywhere. Together with her father, she founded the Malala Fund, an organization that supports education for girls across the globe. Her message was simple yet powerful. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. In 2014, at the age of 17, Malala became the youngest person ever to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Standing before world leaders, she spoke with grace and strength, reminding everyone that education is not a privilege, it is a right. She continued her studies in England and later graduated from Oxford University. Even as she became an international icon, she never forgot her roots. She continued to visit refugee camps, meet young girls, and share their stories. Today, Malala is not just a survivor. She is a symbol, a reminder that even one voice, one small act of courage, can change history. Her story teaches us that you don't need power or wealth to make a difference. You need conviction, compassion, and courage. When we see Malala standing on a world stage, smiling and speaking with confidence, it's easy to forget that she was once just a little girl with a notebook and a dream. But that's what makes her story so powerful. It began in fear but ended in hope. Her journey reminds us of something deeper, that education is not just about books or exams. It is about freedom. The freedom to think, to dream, to be whoever you want to be. Malala once said, "I tell my story not because it is unique, but because it is not. It is the story of many girls," and she's right. Around the world, millions of girls are still fighting for their right to learn. But because of Malala, they now know they are not alone. She continues to inspire teachers, parents, and leaders to build a world where every child, boy or girl, can go to school without fear. Malala Yousafzai's life is a testament to resilience. She faced hate and violence but responded with peace and education. She reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear but the triumph over it. Her voice echoes across classrooms, parliaments, and hearts. And as long as her story is told, the dream she started as a child, that every girl deserves to learn, will continue to grow. Because sometimes all it takes to change the world is one brave girl with a book.